Sometimes the biggest mistake weak states make is that they confuse someone else's compulsion with their own strength. And right now, that is exactly where Pakistan is standing. Welcome to Fourth Floor Post English. You see, America is stuck. Trump is desperate. China has shown the upper hand. Iran has not collapsed. And Strait of Hormuz has become the pressure point of the New World Order. And instead of understanding this entire equation with patience, we are busy celebrating the fact that Trump took Pakistan's name. The real story is not that Trump praised Pakistan. The real story is why Trump needed Pakistan's name in the first place. And the answer is simple. America could not get what it wanted from Iran. Could not force China into giving it a clean strategic concession, could not convert the Strait crisis into a proper victory, and could not present Iran's war as a grand American success. So now the exit route needs decoration and needs scapegoat. Pakistan is the good option. If the exit route is to be taken, then Pakistan has its geography, China connection, China's assertion, China's relevance, Iran's relevance, Arabs' connections, military weight, because, nuclear, and the weak political structure. So that becomes useful to America. Useful does not mean respected, useful does not mean trusted, useful means usable. And that is the danger. That's where the scapegoat comes in. See, China's visit made one thing clear. China was sitting there as the emerging center of the gravity. Trump wanted to show that America can still disturb the Strait, hence the Armada, hence the blockade, which is still there. Trump wanted to make sure to show that I can shake Chinese oil markets. I can still threaten Iran, still frighten China through escalation. But China's answer was colder than any press conference. It was the world is accelerating towards the new changes because of you, Donald Trump. And that was not the compliment, that was a warning. It basically meant you are not stopping the transition, you are speeding it up. And that's why the whole Thucydides trap argument matters. An old power under pressure clashes with an emerging power because it cannot accept the reality of decline. But in this case, Trump is not even managing decline with sophistication. He is accelerating it with noise, threats, symbolic attacks, and then begging for the face saving through diplomacy. Beautiful. Empire management by tantrum. Iran understood this early. Iran did not need to defeat America militarily in some dramatic Hollywood-style war. Iran only needed to survive, hold its nerve. Once the strait becomes unstable, America's entire confidence started bleeding. Oil markets, insurance, shipping, dollar pressure, Arabs' anxiety, Chinese roots, sanctions fatigues, everything came into play. And that is why I kept saying that Iran manages to create a serious Hormuz deadlock. The issue will no longer remain just Iran versus America. It becomes about the future of global order. And that is exactly what happened. Now look at the Trumps actually got. Iran did not surrender uranium. China did not hand him a real win. The Strait issue did not become American victory. The toll idea was softened, yes, but that was Iran's hardball being withdrawn after serving its purpose. Not Trump conquering Tehran. China showed the world that if it wants, it can influence the situation through this straight softening of the Iran. Iran said that strait is open for the whole world except the people who are against me. And that's why, see, countries are hedging. I kept saying long ago that countries will start to hedge after this war. And because America showed clearly to the world that its threats, its importance, its relevance, its diplomacy, its economy, tariff war, nothing matters. This all became expensive for America than the results it expected. See, this is why Trump's repeated praise of Pakistan should not make us clap like children. It should worry us. Because today he says Pakistan helped. Tomorrow, if the deal fails, he can say Pakistan failed. Today he says Pakistan requested peace. Tomorrow he can say Pakistan promised something and did not deliver. Today it sounds like appreciation. Tomorrow it can become an opening line for the double game narrative. We have seen this film before. Afghanistan was also like this. First, Pakistan is useful. Then Pakistan is suspicious. And then Pakistan is blamed. And then Pakistan is punished. And our genius class still thinks that every American sentence from the Donald Trump, the person like Trump, is a certificate of importance. No. Pakistan relevance right now is real. Yes, I agree with that. But not for the reason our power circles want us to believe or want them to believe themselves. Pakistan is not important because of America suddenly loves us. Pakistan is important because China needs stability around CPEC and Gwadar in the new order. Iran needs regional connections to mend ways with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia needs protection from the consequences of Israeli madness. Qatar and Turkey need a workable Muslim world balance. And America needs someone to help it cut losses without calling it defeat. And if it doesn't happen, then America will blame Pakistan. This is the actual map. And on that map, the worst thing Pakistan can do is become overexcited. Because the regional order is already shifting. Saudi Arabia is not something like the old Saudi Arabia. If the Riyadh is floating ideas around the non-aggression with Iran, then understand what has changed. The Arabs now know that America cannot protect them the way it used to. They also know that Israel has become a liability, not just an asset. Gaza exposed Israel morally. Iran exposed Israel strategically. And Trump exposed America completely. UAE made a different calculation. It rushed too far into Israel-American imagination first. It thought Iran would be broken, Israel would rise, America would dominate, and the new regional bloc will build around money, ports, surveillance, trade corridors, security deals, and obviously UAE will be important. But now UAE has to act very carefully. Now it's denying things it never used to deny first. Israel is saying, Netanyahu is saying that he secretly went to UAE, but UAE has to deny, no, he didn't come. And look towards India now as the balancing route. It was natural. UAE-India alliance was natural. But what's unnatural is that they will not keep their complete tilt towards Israel. They will take off their Israeli lens and start looking world with their own lenses. And that is the difference which happened after this American escalation and Americans' dumbness to carry forward this war more. America could have ended this before, made for the damage control before. Iran was giving opportunity through Oman. See, India also seems to be realizing this. India is also taking off the lens of Israel, the lens which was India, looking at whole Muslim world. India is taking off that. Obviously, sir, India has to take off it. India can't look to the Muslim world through Israel's lens in the coming world. See, if India wants to manage China, if it wants regional space, if it wants to avoid isolation, then it cannot permanently turn Pakistan, Iran, and the wider Muslim region into one hostile wall. And hence, Modi has created a reason for itself to communicate with Pakistan by saying that RSS is demanding it. This does not mean that India has become friendly to us. It means India is calculating, and that is what serious states do. And this is where Pakistan should have been brilliant. This was the moment to act as calm regional bridge, not America's servant, not Iran's loudspeakers, not China's rented corridor, not Saudi Arabia's hired gun. A serious state would say, our geography gives us leverage, our nuclear status gives us weight, our China relationship gives us depth. And our Iran border gives us relevance. Our Arab connection gives us diplomatic space. And our Indian problem gives us urgency to solve our problems. But for that, you need internal political stability. And this is exactly where Pakistan's power structure collapses into an old addiction: control. Instead of using this global shift to strengthen the economy, the thinking seems to be moving towards how to strengthen control inside the country. Minerals, water, NFC, CCI, water issues, man, provincial powers, centralization, constitutional engineering. Some people hear New World Order and immediately think, good, let us grab some more authority before the chair moves. This is chaos, to make ways for the Sherwani for somebody else. If America is weakening, China is rising, Iran is surviving, Arabs are realigning, India is recalculating, and Israel is exposed, then why would Pakistan choose this moment to disturb its own federation? Israel sees us as a definite long-term project, because we showed the exact resilience. We showed that we can be the problem in Israel's ambitions. And why are we disturbing the federation at that point? Who thinks this is intelligent? Because, Balochistan is already on the edge. KP is tense. Sindh is politically alienated. Terrorism is rising. Gwadar and CPEC will be more important, not less. And at this exact time, someone wants to open the question of provincial rights, resources, water, and money. This is not reform. This is handing a football to every hostile player. See, Israel will not need to do much if Pakistan creates itself the internal fractures as such. UA will not need to do much if Balochistan becomes more unstable. India will not need to do much if Pakistan weakens its own federation, and America will not need to do much if Pakistan becomes so desperate for dollars that minerals and strategic assets can be negotiated under pressure. And China will not build the future of CPEC on speeches. China will look at the security, continuity, political settlement, and state capacity. This is why the 28th Amendment debate is not just an internal constitutional issue. It is connected to the global order. If it is being used as a controlled chaos to force a political settlement, then that is a different thing. Risky, ugly, but at least there is a logic. Maybe the purpose is of all this chaos to pressure Pakistan People's Party. Maybe to bring PTI and Pakistan People's Party closer. Or maybe to create space for Khan deal. Maybe to create a post-budget reshuffles. Maybe to prepare elections. Maybe to shake the status quo before it collapses on its own. But if the purpose is to actually centralize resources, weaken provinces, create forward blocks, legally secure new authoritarian structure, and then sell it to the world as a stability, then we are entering a very dangerous zone. Because the world may need Pakistan, but the world does not need Pakistan's ruling comfort. That is the difference our elite never understands. China needs roots, not your personal power. Arab needs security balance, not your internal engineer, hence the guarantees are gone. The old guarantees are gone. Iran needs regional space, not your ego. America needs cost cutting, not your fantasies. And the people of Pakistan needs relief, not another constitutional magic trick. There is Imran Khan. Whether people like it or not, the Khan question is now tied to the state stability. You cannot pretend to be a neutral regional mediator while your largest political conflict is rotting inside your own system. You cannot tell Iran and America to talk while you cannot talk to your own political reality. You cannot claim stability while PTI remains locked in confrontation. Pakistan People's Party is being pressured. PMLN is being protected in Punjab. I understand it. But the federation is being treated like this spreadsheet. And that's where the problem is. And that's where the deal with the Khan becomes very important. And that's why the deal with the Khan does not mean surrender. It means political oxygen. It means reducing internal temperature. It means showing that Pakistan is not just a security machine pretending to be state. And if there is no deal, then all these formulas, accountability, drama, forward bloc, national government, technocratic fantasies, emergency arrangements will eventually hit the same wall. legitimacy. Legitimacy is not a slogan. It is the thing you discover you need the most when the economy is worse, because then the fear stops working for the public. And that is why the public anger matters more than anything right now, but not in the romantic way people imagine. Pakistan may not produce some clean, organized revolution. This is not a film. But if food, petrol takes, unemployment, provincial resentment, political suppression, and elite conflict all rise together, then you do not get the calm. You get disorder. You get local reactions. You get regional anger. You get anarchy in pockets. You get a state that has to spend more force to maintain less control. And then every foreign player gets more rule. So the choice in front of Pakistan is complicated. The world is changing, the American order is weakening, the Chinese order is not fully born yet. Iran has survived, Israel has been dented, Arabs are hedging, India is hedging. The Strait has shown where the real pressure lies, in the petrodollar, in the dollarization. And since Pakistan has a value in this transition in the bloc politics, but only if it behaves like a state, not like a nervous control system. This is the moment to go neutral, real neutral, not slogan neutral. Not America is also happy, China is also happy, Arabs are also happy, and we are secretly selling everything, and we are controlling, and we are taking every post. Not that neutral. Real neutrality means internal settlement, regional balance, no anti-Iran adventure, no anti-any adventure, no blind American sycophancy, no federation tempering, no minerals desperation, no cheap strategic auctions, no fantasy that Trump's temporary praise is a permanent guarantee because Trump will leave, America will adjust, China will wait, Iran will bargain, Arabs will hedge, India will shift its lens, and then Arabs will not have much problem with India too. Israel will try to recover too, and Israel will not look Pakistan the same way. So the Pakistan will remain here, with its provinces, with its people, with its debts, with its terrorism, with its broken economy, and its unresolved power question. And if we waste this moment just to protect a chair, then the tragedy will not be that the world changed without us. The tragedy will be that the world gave us relevance and we converted it into another internal power game.